Alabama Whitman, she's in great form. She went for a racecourse gallop at Chelmsford last week. She's going straight to the Sandringham. Her form sort of tailed off last year. She had a hard race in the Albany. She won her maiden at Carlisle, and I think after that she wasn't really the same filly as what we'd seen at the start of the season, so she had a nice break. She's done really well over the winter. I think her mark should be well in the grips of winning. It's a hard task to go to Sandringham without the Sandringham without having a run, but a lot of people are going to be in the same boat. But she's fit and well, and we'd be looking down the line to get some black type with her.
And she raced on all grounds last season. What's her optimum conditions?
So she's very versatile. I don't think she wants any extremes, but yeah, she's pretty versatile. Bernardo O'Reilly, he's in good form, and he could potentially have an entry in the Wokingham, depending on what the weather does. We tried to target the Air Gold Cup with him last year, but the ground was too quick. He needs soft conditions, well, good or softer really. So hopefully if they get a bit of rain at Ascot, he could potentially have an entry in the Wokingham. He's not had that many runs last year due to the ground. We had to sort of pick and choose and wait a good while, and the owners were very patient, and he won well down in Foss last, but he's off 93. I think he's one that could potentially be a Air Gold Cup horse at the end of the year, but those major handicaps with a bit of ease underfoot will be his favoured conditions. He's in good form. We've got no excuses really this year, because he's went for a racecourse gallop at Chelmsford last week and worked well. We're planning on having an entry in a couple of races at Ascot. The occasion usually gets to him, so racing behind closed doors could be in our favour this year. But yeah, he's in good form, and hopefully we can see him turn up at Ascot.
And he's a lot lower rated on the turf than the all-weather. Do you think there's a bit of scope with that mark?
Yeah, definitely. He ran really well first time out for us at Newbury in the Newbury Spring Mile when Jamie Spencer rode him. He's going to have a few entries. It will all be dependent on ground and what have you. But yeah, he could be in the Hunt Cup, or if he could get in that, or potentially the new race they brought out, the 7 furlong handicap. So.
And given the stop-start nature of this season, the fact he'd been on the go on the all-weather, has that made it a little bit easier for getting him back to race fitness?
Yeah, he's quite a good horse, an easy horse to get fit. He's very active, and he's not one that holds a lot of condition. So a racecourse gallop last week, he'll probably have a blow somewhere this week, and then that should put him spot on, yeah.
Bill the Butcher, winning 2-year-old, how's he progressed from 2 to 3?
Yeah, he's done very well over the winter. We haven't finalised where we're going to go with him yet. He's too low really to get, I think, in the Britannia, so we might have to swerve that. But there's some really nice races later on. At Goodwood there's the mile 3-year-old plus handicap there, which if he was to go and win prior to Goodwood, it's a big pot, and it's something that could potentially be, you know, on the horizon. But he's done very well, and I think his mark's workable. Very nice horse. Was unlucky not to win on his second start at Foss last. Disappointed us in the sales race, but it's probably the ground was a bit quick for him that day. He's potentially one that we could see featuring in some big races this year if possible. I think he's well handicapped. He wouldn't want fast ground. He had a little niggle after his run in the Donny sales race, and the team have done a good job to get him back and get him right, and I think as long as he's not running on any extremes, I think he could be a very nice horse.
And Tyson Fury, unraced, but one you held in very high regard.
Yeah, no, he went for a racecourse gallop last week at Chelmsford. He's got an entry at Newbury this week. Whether we go there or not, I don't know. He's working nicely. He's going to be one, he's definitely going to want a trip. But he's doing everything pleasing us at home, and yeah, looking forward to getting him out. We'll be running him when he's ready, but the racecourse gallop was nice. He did everything what we wanted to do, and I think if we can start him off in a mile and a quarter maiden somewhere, he won't want quick ground, so we'll start him off with a nice bit of ground on a nice track somewhere and go from there.
And just on your 2-year-olds, Ocean Eyes, third in a very hot maiden at Newmarket.
Yeah, there was no surprise. She's been working really well at home. She wasn't knocked about in the race. It was probably, you know, a hot race down here at Newmarket. She'll probably have an entry in the Albany. She hasn't had a canter since she's ran yet, but she's going out this morning, so we'll see how she is this week. But all being well, she's, you know, she could potentially go there. Yeah.
Wings of a Dove?
She was unlucky. She travelled really well down here to the dip and didn't really go through the dip and out the other side. She was sort of legs everywhere, but she was last one off the bridle. She's very fast. Probably the track didn't suit here, and see where we go. I don't know quite what we're going to do. She may have an entry at Ascot. She is very fast. I like her a lot. She's doing everything well at home, and she should potentially be able to go and show up. I know she hasn't finished close to them, being placed or whatever, but if she could get in at Ascot, she would show up. She's good. He's a really nice horse. We've done one bit of work with him, and I'm just eased off him. He's growing and filling out. He's very natural with everything he does, and he's one probably to be running in a maiden in the next month. And looking at the second half of the season with him, he's going to, whatever he does this year, he's going to be better next year. But he's a very nice horse, and looking forward to seeing him on the track. She's a good filly. We've done one little bit with her, but she's going to be one very similar to Insomnia for the second half of the season. She's from the family of jet setting, so she's going to be a nicer 3-year-old, I would imagine. But she's doing everything really well at home, and looking forward to getting her out.